guys, good morning. I created this video for to share my experience when I applied for ETA Canada. Before I applied for ETA, I submitted or I applied for a TRV because my Canadian visitor visa or TRV got expired years ago. So I applied last April, but then the process was taking so long, so I canceled my application. So I will tell you my experience about that. But before going to that story, i-share ko sa inyo kung ano yung mga uh, steps na ginawa ko after after canceling my TRV. So last June 5, the Minister of IRCC, who is Cian Fraser, announced about these 13 countries added to the list who can apply for ETA. So ETA is Electronic Travel Authorization, and there are countries who are exempted for DRV. However, this new update has some conditions. So hindi siya applicable for all people who doesn't have or a previous Canadian visa or a non-immigrant US visa. So itatakol natin yan along the way during my presentation. This new update happened last June 5, and I think if you go to the IRCC website, they already updated the countries. Hopefully you will be able to check it before applying para iwas din sa confusion. So the countries that are added are here. We have different, I believe, Argentina, we have Morocco, we have Philippines, of course, again, and so on. Since I'm from the Philippines, so we are very excited about this announcement. However, we have to think that there are my conditions if you want to apply for ETA. So if you're a first timer applicant, you cannot apply for ETA. You have to go through the normal process, or you have to apply for the TRV or visitor visa. But if you held a Canadian visa before or within 10 years, you are eligible to apply for ETA. So yun yung condition niya. And also if you have a valid non-immigrant US visa, then you can apply for this. Okay? So how to apply? So you have to go to the canada.ca and search for ETA. So there's a search bar on the upper right corner, and then you can search your ETA, how to apply, and then there are several options there. So you can just click one of the options where it says how to apply. Okay, and also you can check if you are eligible to apply before going through the process. Okay, so also you can check the requirements, and then you can proceed or click to the next. So what do you need to prepare in order to successfully apply for ETA? So first you have to have a valid passport for sure, and during the in the process you have to put your passport number, your names, and so on, the expiration date, the issue date, and so on and so forth. Number two, you need to have a credit card or a debit card. So uh, I'm not sure if you can. Well, when I applied for ETA, I used my husband's credit card, so it went through, which is good. So I think it's okay, and you need to only pay $7 Canadian dollars. Number three is you have to have good internet para hindi siya slow down yung para continuous yung yung pag-apply nyo, hindi siya makat in between. Especially like me, I live in China. I need a stable internet para hindi siya I won't be cut off in the middle. And also a valid email address. So that's number four, what to prepare. So because after you will apply for ETA, they will send you an email within minutes, and then that's when you can see the steps that you have to do after. It's either you have to submit something or it's approved. Okay, so who can apply for ETA Canada? So we have here, as I mentioned earlier, you need to have, or you held a Canadian visa for the last 10 years, and then you have a valid U.S. non-immigrant visa, so not expired. Okay. Okay, what is the validity of the ETA? So normally it's 5 years. However, it can go as long as your passport expires. So like mine, my visa, I have 8 years left in my passport. So they give me 7 years of ETA validity. So I can go in and out within six. Well, you have 6 months to stay in Canada. Okay, so you can't go beyond 6 months, and then that's within 7 years. I can do that without reapplying, for as long as your passport is valid. So when do you receive a confirmation? So after applying for ETA, you have to wait for a couple of minutes. Some people, they will receive it right away, like within 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Others get it in an hour or two. Others get it in 72 hours. So it depends, guys. Others also experience of not receiving an email for about days when I check or when I research about this. So depende siya, guys, sa sa case nyo. So for example, if you had a visa before, or if you have some like criminal record, what else? If you have some pending application, you have to cancel that one. Those are the things that they have to check. They will do thorough checking. So if you are eligible to enter Canada, so you have to wait for the email. So that's why a valid email address is very, very important. All right, so what are the three information that you will receive by email after you apply for an ETA? So first, you will get a confirmation receipt or pending. This means when you say pending, for example, your request is underway, or it's still they're still checking your application. That's why they will send you an email, and after, or they will send you an email about more about the request for more documents. So maybe it could be different things, okay, for documents, bank statements. What else? It could be um, anything that is coming from you, or maybe employment letter and stuff like that. I don't know, but these are the documents that might be asked from you. Number three is approval. So, for example, if you get a confirmation email, it's either they will request for documents or your ETA is approved. So in my case, when I got the confirmation, the first email, they indicated there that my request is still processing or underway, and then after a couple of hours, I received that an email that my ETA has been approved. So it's a case to case basis. Okay, so this is my own experience. As I mentioned earlier, I applied for a TRV. So what if I applied for a TRV and wants to cancel or withdraw the application, apply for an ETA? So in my case kasi, I applied for a TRV last April, and then it's been like a month and a half after I sent my biometrics. I completed my biometrics, and then I was waiting for a couple of weeks, and my flight is very soon. So I decided to cancel my application and then go for an ETA, since I am eligible to apply for an ETA. So based in my experience, you have to go through several steps before you finally can do ETA. So first thing I did, I researched about this, and uh, I've seen different answers. So what I did was I applied for a withdrawal cancellation through a web form. So I went to the Canada website. There is a web form there for cancellation or withdrawal, and then you have to fill up some stuff, your UCIS, your unique number when you applied, or you also have the application number. You have to put it there, And after that, after checking all the information, I sent my withdrawal or cancellation request. And then after that, I received an email right away, very quickly, that it's an auto response email. So when you receive that, meaning IRCC received your request. After that, I was actually kind of hesitant if that's really the auto response I needed to wait before I can go to, I can, do another application. But, I took a risk, and I applied for ETA after 7 days. So after I applied, I applied on Monday, last Monday, and I waited for 7 days and before I applied for ETA. So that's the window. So after 7 days, I applied for ETA, and yesterday, which was Tuesday, I got my ETA approved. So it was so easy. It's so I didn't realize this, but well, I didn't know that this will happen because I applied last April, and the new announcement happened just June 5. So I think God is really, really good that He provided this other way for people who struggle to get visa, who go through this long process. So this is very helpful. Okay, so what are the things you have to remember? So you need to bring your passport because your passport is linked to your ETA. So you don't need to print anything. When the immigration officer scan your passport, they will see your ETA status, if it's approved, denied, whatever. And then perhaps they will ask you more. It depends, guys, kung anong gusto ng immigration officer. It's either you are okay to go in, or they will ask you for example, return flight ticket, or uh, financial, statement, something like that. So you have to be ready. Personally, I will print out my return tickets. What else? If from my husband's contract or employment letter, stuff like that, stating that we are not going to stay in Canada for a long time. We will go back to China because my husband has to work. So you just be ready, prepare it, and then don't print anything. No need to print your ETA, approval, because they will see it online. Okay, so these are the things that I want to share with you. If you have any questions, or if you're in a situation that you are so unsure what to do, you can leave a comment in the comment section below, and I'll be glad to answer your questions as much as I know. But yeah, I hope that if you're applying for ETA, I hope you will get approved. Or if you haven't received anything yet, be patient. Or you can always request from the web form. If it's beyond 72 days, you can always message the IRCC and through a web form so that they can receive it right away. So thank you so much for listening, and hopefully I'll see you guys in Canada. And if you wanna stay in touch with me, you can find me on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram, or yeah. So just I'll be glad to answer all your questions. So hopefully this presentation or this video help you. So I'll see you guys very soon. Bye.